everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Simple Stories. I am using the Holidays collection, which is one of my favourite Christmas collections this year. I think it because it has pink in it and I just do love pink for Christmas. I'm working with a large photo today. So we went to visit Santa a couple of weeks ago and we received a 6x8 printed photo. I have scanned it so I could print it smaller. I did take my own photos as well, but this one has all of us in it. But whenever I get these large photos, I kind of make myself scrap them because otherwise I feel bad just putting them in the cupboard or they'll never get used. So I feel that they are better used and on layouts than they are elsewhere. And also they give a big impact, don't they, having a big photo. So anyway, I make myself scrapbook them. Today is one of those examples. So I have the 6x8 print, which I always find a very tricky size to work with because it's not big enough to go across a 12x12 layout. Even if it was a 10-inch photo rather than a 12-inch across, that would be easier. But with a 6x8, you get this really awkward space on either side of the photo. Really, I feel that mostly it has to go central because if you have it anchored over towards one side, left or right, then again, you still have this awkward space on one side. Sometimes I fill that space with like a panel or a journaling card. That's a possible way of dealing with things. But for this occasion, I've decided to go completely central I just felt like it needed to be mounted first because it didn't come with a white border. Actually at this point I hadn't noticed it hadn't come with a white border, so I'm like, well, I'm mounting it onto red and it just didn't look right, and that's because it didn't have a white border on it. So I am now I've got to trim it down, but I've already stuck the Jolly Holly Jolly even foam sticker onto the photo and it will not come off. So I'm having to trim down the other sides to make it a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. And then I can add some white, or 1/2 inch smaller, I think. No, 1/4. Then I could add the white layer and then I could add it onto the red layer. So there we go. That looks a lot better. The white border really helps make that quite dark photo look a lot better. It kind of gives it a big lift. So that's what I've done there, given it a white border and then mounted it onto red as well. I should probably say now that I'm not filming at my usual I'm not at home filming this. I'm away on a vacation. So my filming setup is not as professional as usual. So sorry about the additional shadows and the bad lighting. I'm doing my best, but I don't have the equipment here that I would at home. So things are a little less perfect than usual. So sorry about that. I'm sorry about the shadows. So but hopefully normal service will resume again fairly soon. So okay, so I have started with a white background. I have trimmed this down to 11.5 inches square and I have mounted it onto that beautiful candy cane striped pink cardstock. It's actually the 6x4 Elements paper, so if you can get over using or not using the 6x4 journaling cards, then the pink candy stripe is beautiful. So that's what I decided to use for my outside edge, and then I will have the remaining piece of that to use elsewhere. And what I'm doing right now is I am fussy cutting a whole load of presents or gifts. They are from one of the pattern papers, the 12x12 size pattern paper, and they are full of all these beautiful different sized and shaped and coloured gifts. So I have taken a whole load of those and fussy cut them out, and I am planning to stack them around the bottom edge of my photo. So that because we were going to see Santa, so gifts seems like the perfect thing to have framing my photo. So there we go. I have everything stuck in place. I have my photo in place and I have my Holly Jolly title and I have my presents on both sides of the photo. And then I decided when I stuck my 6x8 photo down that I would create a pocket with it because we had a ticket for when we went to visit Santa. So I wanted to include that ticket. I did think about whether I should include it in my December album, but actually this is the official photograph from that day. So I thought it would go here. And to be honest, I can always reprint the ticket as well because it started off as digital. Tickets in, and I've also added 2 tags from the tags paper, and I've punched holes in those, and I'm going to add some trim through those in just a moment. And then that gives me a perfect place to put my journaling, because this layout is already pretty busy. I was a bit concerned about where I would write my journaling. I wanted to write a little bit more detail about the story behind Santa. Last year we couldn't go and see Santa, it was all cancelled because of COVID, but this year we had a COVID scare, so my little boy, my big boy, who's 8, he came down with a really some kind of mystery illness that completely floored him. He had a really high temperature, very, very high, for about 4 days. So we were obviously really concerned it was COVID, because we had no clue what it was. He had no other symptoms. Anyway, it turned out that his test results came back negative, so we went to see Santa anyway, even though he was feeling still really rough. But yeah, so we nearly had to cancel this one as well because of COVID. But thankfully, his results came through in time, and we went to visit him. And he actually looks really good in the photo. He doesn't look ill at all. You would never know that he was unwell. So it was quite nice to kind of capture that story, and also the worry around things being cancelled because of COVID, that we have to just suffer all the time these days, don't we? It's just a sign of the times, and it's nice to record those things, even though they're not always fun. Okay, so putting in some trim onto those 2 tags. My journaling stretches across both of those tags because it was quite long. I've put both of those in. They're both removable, obviously. You wouldn't necessarily know that they were removable, so if anyone's looking at my albums in the future and I'm not there to tell them that they are removable, then they might not notice that journaling is there, but let's hope that people will. I don't know who these people are who are going to look at my albums in the future, but we'll see. Okay, so at the top I've added a big chipboard sticker. That's from the chipboard stickers, obviously. It's like a banner, a decorations banner, and then I've added the chipboard bow to the middle, and I've added a little foam heart above it, and I'm also going to add some other stickers around there too. And my trim that I've added to my tags, one I've stapled and the other one I have tied around with a bow, so I have a few different textures going on at the top there. I've added some ephemera, candy canes either side of my presents and my photo, some snowflakes, some hearts, all from kind of different places. So some foam, some bits and pieces, some chipboard, and now I'm just adding those label stickers, which I love. I love these label stickers. They're always on the 12x12 cardstock stickers, and they just have such fabulous phrases on them every time. So I've gone for naughty or nice, Santa, happy holidays, cookies for Santa, and believe. All perfect phrases for this photo. Okay, so I just want to finish things off with some splatters of white paint. So I'm using a paintbrush and some white acrylic paint and going over all of my embellishments on the 2 sides of the photo. I'm not going to go at the top, just those 2 sides. And that's me done. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this layout. I loved how it came together. It came together really quickly, even though it was totally outside my comfort zone with a 6x8 landscape photo. They always cause me issues. So it was good to have scrapped it. So, okay, thank you so very much for joining me today. Check out the Holidays collection by Simple Stories. It is awesome. Yeah, happy scrapping. Thanks so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories.